Welcome to my channel. I'm sorry that this video is pretty poor quality, but I hope you can enjoy it. This is a wet pull-up of the Easy Ups Pampers with the Peppa Pig design. See, it's pretty full. It did hold a lot, even though it looked very thin. And it does say on the package that they're supposed to be 100% leak proof. And that's a pretty good amount of wetness. But there you go. There's a wet pull-up from the Pampers Easy Ups. Bags from Dollar Tree to put a wet diaper into. This is how the Easy Up Peppa Pig Limited Edition holds up to a poopy diaper. For those of you wondering how well this Easy Up pull-ups with the Peppa Pig design, how well it can hold up, it holds pretty well. This is very saturated. That's very full. I know I said it looked very thin, and I didn't think it could hold much, but that's a lot. Third diaper change or pull-up change today. Because, he hasn't went to the potty. This is another poopy one. Fingernails are dirty. I'm sure y'all don't want to see the poop, so I'm going to throw this away. About the 4th or 5th one of these Peppa Pig pull-ups he's worn. Sorry, my son is being a little wild right now. But this is the 4th or 5th pull-up probably that we've worn of these Peppa Pigs, or he's worn of the Peppa Pig Easy Up. And my first impression of these was that they look very thin, and they didn't look like they would hold up to much wetness, although they proved to be 12 hours of protection. He wore this for went shopping. Let me see if I can see what time it is. It's 3:44 as I'm recording. We left business phone call at 11:35. That was about 42 minutes. Sometime after 12, we left and went around town. We just got back a little while ago. So maybe around 4 hours this was on him. Most say up to 12 hours. This was about 4 hours. This is how wet it got. And it's holding. He didn't have no wetness running down his legs or anything. It held in there. So maybe my first impression was wrong. These little thin pull-ups can hold up to wetness. This Peppa Pig pull-up is definitely recommended by toddlers, or at least my toddler anyhow. Excuse whatever's on the floor. But here is another full diaper. I'm trying to give y'all a good example of how much they can hold. Even though they look very thin, they do hold a lot. See, pull-ups are supposed to absorb. They're supposed to absorb the pee. Are supposed to absorb the pee to keep your child dry. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of test this out. Put it up against something and see if it feels wet. Or maybe just I don't know, put it on the floor. Floor needs mopping. Okay, what if I like put this? Trying to test the absorbency, how well, if it dries up. Trying to see if it's going to get this container wet. Excuse the dust. There is a little bit of dampness. Experiment 2 with this absorbency test. Okay, this was on about maybe 10 minutes short of being 2 hours. Pretty full. Excuse the noise in the background. This is pretty full. After about 2 hours, well, 10 minutes short of 2 hours, as I was saying before I got interrupted. Now, let me pause to undo the tab. Okay, here you're going to see me undo the tab. It's right here. This little line is where you rip. Why it seems hard. Usually it's been a lot easier. Now, there is the opening of the diaper again, or the training pants. Now, I hate to really put my hand in it. I'm trying to do an absorbency test. This is the second one I'm doing this absorbency test on. So I guess this is a dry surface. It's dry. I will just flip it over. After about 2 minutes, it's supposed to dry out so that your child, because you wouldn't want your child staying in something that's going to remain wet, the inner part is supposed to dry out. Absorb it is a better word. So, and it did damp the surface. I do feel it dampening the surface. Okay, this is what it looks like. I've heard that the Cocomelon training pants do a lot better with the absorbing. I seen a test where this was done with the Cocomelon ones and there was no wetness. Okay, the lighting is bad, so you probably cannot tell, but you can see it did kind of dampen the surface, this dresser drawer that I have it sitting on. And so this inside did not necessarily dry up like, well, right there feels dry, but right around here feels wet. Didn't fully dry up like it should. Oh, let's see. It's kind of gross, but okay. It's a little damp. Yes, I will be washing my hands after this. Cocomelon's ones were flipped over like this and then tested. It was said that there was no wetness on the surface that they were laid on. Where this one I can feel the wetness. So maybe it doesn't hold up as good as the Rascal Plus Friends Cocomelon. But we will continue to use until the pack is out. May buy a second pack, even though they're not as absorbing as well as the other ones, but just because my child is loving the Paper Pig design and it's limited edition, I don't know how long they're going to be around. Maybe changing before it gets this soaked, then it would absorb better. But it didn't leak out or anything. It's just the inside is not as dry as it should be if it's absorbing it well. But it didn't leak or anything, so it still held up. Okay, so I'm trying to do like a week of showing how these Easy Ups hold up instead of just doing like 1 or 2 pull-ups or diapers like I have in previous videos. I'm trying to like do a whole week and not just go based off our first experience of using a new brand. Or, well, this is not really a new brand, it's just a new design. This is overnight. And I do feel wetness here on the sides this time. I gotta go wash my hands after this. But I do feel wetness over here on the sides this time. And yeah, up here at the top, I do feel wetness. So in my experience, after about 2 hours of wearing it, it doesn't seem to dry up as well as it should, I guess. Like, it's not absorbing as well as it should. But they are training pants, and training pants are made for kids learning to go potty. So they shouldn't, I guess they aren't expected to hold up this much anyhow. This is overnight. You can see that it's clearly still wet. So now my child did go to sleep around 11, it's 10:30. He might have had these on for 11 hours. You know, some say that they hold up to 12 hours, but usually no pull-up or diaper holds really 12 hours. So he should probably make more frequent changes with these. But like I've been saying, they are for potty training. So it is expected that the child is going to go to the potty part of the time, and these are just for accidents. Here it does say that they are up to 100% leak proof. I don't know how many hours they're expecting it to be. It doesn't say anything about up to 12 hours. This is at almost 12 hours. My child managed to go potty. Yay for him. So that's why these tabs aren't ripped, because he pulled it down and went potty. Yay. But this is about after an hour, maybe. So we've had 4 pull-up changes today, and 1 success with pottying. Someone asked one time, how many pull-ups, diapers do I change in a day? I said 3, 4, 6. So we're at 4 today, with 1 successful potty, as I just said. I guess I will pull the tabs on this and see how well it held up. So I'm gonna tear the tabs. This is a third test of doing this to see how saturated, how it absorbs the saturation. Okay, this is this one. Okay, this is about an hour use. It looks like it absorbed it better than the overnight use. The floor is dry. So, like, put it on the floor. It's not high enough for y'all to exactly see what I'm doing, but I have it laid on the floor. And I'm just gonna fill the floor afterwards and see if it's wet. Yes, the floor is damp. I saw a test like this on the Rascal Plus Friends, the Cocoa Melon design pull-up, and it was tested like this, laid down onto, well, it was actually laid onto a laptop to prove that it could absorb the wetness. The lady put it onto her laptop, something that she would not want to get wet, and she said that the laptop remained dry. That was how much she trusted the pull-up to work. I think she works for the company. Some companies can deceive you sometimes. So I haven't done my own test. Sorry, on my stomach. I haven't done my own test on those. But this Easy Up one, the floor does feel wet when I lay it flat like that. So the inside is not completely absorbing the pee. The padding is supposed to absorb it to keep the child's bottom dry. They do claim up to 100% leak proof. Okay, it did not leak, but the inside's still wet, so it doesn't seem like it completely keep the child dry. But you have to keep in mind, these are training pants for potty training. Now, it didn't leak out the sides or anything, so that's good. There's no leakage on the sides or anything like that. That's good. And go through and read y'all's comments and see what other kind of videos I like. I know most of you like the kind of videos like this with kind of like an absorbency test to see how well it can hold up. Hey, I've been testing out these Easy Ups for about a week now. And here's another absorbency test. Here you can see it looks like it's still a lot of pee on the sides. This area is supposed to absorb to keep the baby's bottom dry, or the toddler. These are for toddlers. But let's see. Absorbency test. Put it here. The surface is wet. which I can already tell. Okay, this is my test. See? And yes, it wetted the surface. But they are training pants. You're going to hear me say this several times, probably when I edit all this together. They are training pants, and training pants or pull-ups are not meant to hold as much as a diaper. Here, I'm going to chunk this. Here's another wet pull-up. I've tested these out enough now to give my thoughts on them. I'm going to do one more of these tests, and then I'll edit this video together. So, that's what it looks like. Again, you can see the sides. Looks very puffed up. Another easy up that's not very wet. I'm not going to try the Absorbency test on this one because every time I've tried it, it has gotten the floor wet. So here we are at the end of the video where I'm going to give my final conclusion on these Peppa Pig limited edition Pampers Easy Ups. So I'll start by, and you can join the Pampers Club. It says that you scan this, scan codes in app for savings and rewards. I've never done that, but you can do that apparently and get rewards. So again, this is what it looks like. You get the Peppa Pig design, and then it has Daddy Pig on the back. And then the second one is Peppa Pig, and thought his name was just Baby Pig, but my son said his name was George, which we watched the show together. He's alright. That's Peppa and George. So, close. This is, again, what they look like. This is, again, what the backs look like. So, final conclusion. My son loves the designs. We had also, I had put these in the buggy the same day that we found these. I had these already in the buggy because this is what we normally use, and then I spotted these and was like, limited edition, and they're Peppa Pig. And well, we got home, and I've been asking him, like, hey, do you want, I'm going to give you a choice. Do you want to wear Chase, or do you want to wear Peppa Pig? Or do you want to wear Rubble, or do you want to wear Peppa Pig? Every time I ask, it's been Peppa Pig. I'm recording. Yes. So, every time I'm giving him an option between the Paw Patrol, even though he loves Paw Patrol, he's been choosing to wear the Peppa Pig ones. So we might have to go purchase another box of these. We got like this much left. And we still got the whole thing of this, but you know, limited edition. I don't know how long they're gonna be at Walmart. We gotta purchase another one since he loves them so much. But easy tear sides. So it's the 360 design where they rip, which is alright if your child is potty training. not that great if you're still having to change them a lot if they're not fully potty trained, because it's easier to just tear the tabs off, because with the ones like this, you have to pull their pants and their socks and shoes and everything off. But all in all, I've done several tests on these. In my experience with the test that I was doing, the absorbency test, is the inside doesn't seem to absorb as well as some of the other brands may. As I said earlier on in the video, I had seen a video on the Rascal and Friends. I didn't exactly get to do my own test on those. I need to purchase some more. We did see those at the big Walmart. When we went to the big Walmart, I had seen the Rascal and Friends with the Cocomelon design and the training pants. Our Walmart never has those. But I did see them at the bigger Walmart, but I decided against purchasing any since we already had these 2 boxes. And I figured I'd wait till we get lower on pull-ups. Maybe when we go back up there, I'll purchase some. And then I'll be able to, like, do my own test on those. But from a video I've seen, the lady did the absorbency test like I was doing, and she laid it flat out on her laptop, and she says that her laptop remained dry. Of course, like, we're on the other side of the camera, like you are with me, so you can't really tell was it really wet or not. These videos can deceive you. I hope y'all trust me, though. I'm not deceiving anyone when I say that it wet the floor. The floor was wet. I hope y'all trust me and know that I wouldn't deceive you on this. So, in my multiple tests that I did, it did get the floor wet each time I did that test. Sorry if I repeat myself. And a couple of times, it was wet enough to where, like, you could see it kind of yellow looking on the side. Like, it didn't absorb the pee very well. It's best to try to absorb to keep your baby dry. I know there's a lot of talk about, well, training pants or pull-ups aren't diapers. They're not meant to hold that much. And that's true. They're not meant to hold that much, because these are expected for your child to be learning to go to the potty. And unfortunately, my child is just not there yet. One of the things is, his daddy works tonight, and sometimes we go over, he watches his cartoons over at his grandparents, which live in the same neighborhood. But we end up spending the night over there. It's like, so we just get lonely times here when his daddy, my husband's working at night, and we stay over there. And then over there, they don't have a potty. We've been meaning to either them purchase a potty or us purchase a potty or a potty seat or something, so that he has a way to go to the potty at their home too. But right now, there's no potty there, so I don't know how to, like, have him go into the potty here and then go somewhere where there's not a potty. Because the toilet seat's, he's tiny, and the toilet seat's big, and he fall in trying to use the potty. I mean, the toilet, so he needs a potty seat, and that's hard to have him taught here, and then he goes and he spends the night somewhere, and there's not a potty for him to use. So we're going to have to purchase a potty, or they purchase a potty or something, and it'd be nice to have one of his other nanas too. She lives in the same neighborhood. We're all in the same neighborhood, but we need to have one at each home so that he could get trained to go to the potty. But all in all, I would say I give the design a thumbs up. It's cute Peppa Pig design. If your kid likes Peppa Pig, it's kid approved. My kid approves it, so that's a thumbs up. Being the 360 though, I'll give it thumbs down if your child is not fully potty trained. If your child is going to the potty enough to where you're not having to change them, then okay, that's a thumbs up. It depends on your child. They are stretchy. I guess I would give the stretchiness a thumb up. Durability, as far as wetness, score like 5 stars, like 1 star to 5 stars. I guess I'd give it about 3 or maybe 4 stars, because it was a little wet. It wasn't that bad, so maybe 4 stars. I don't think it has a wet, well, yeah. Well, no, I don't know. I don't think that's a wetness indicator. It doesn't say on here. It says up to 100% leak proof. So yes, it didn't really leak. It's just, it's not drying the way I would expect. Maybe I'm just having high standards. But, like people say, training pants are not meant to be a diaper. It's not meant to hold as much as a diaper. I do like the stretchiness. Overall, I like it. Have y'all tried these? What's your thoughts? This cute little dinosaur on the back. And so, all in all, I give it a thumbs up. My child likes them. They work. Even if they didn't completely dry up, they work. There wasn't really no leaks. All in all, it's good. Price was about the average price that you're going to pay for pull-ups. Got $84. You do get a little bit more with the Parents' Choice ones, but they're Pampers. What can you expect? They are the name brand of Pampers. So, all in all, thumbs up. And that's all I have for this video. Push and pull tab for easy open. Oh, this helps to open the box. Today is Palm Sunday if you're Christian, Catholic, whatever you are. Today was the day when Jesus went to Jerusalem and they greeted him with palms. And I believe it was the last feast before he was resurrected on the cross. Did I say that right? Resurrected. That's what they called it. Or before he died on the cross. And I'm wearing my shirt that says, "Enjoy Jesus Christ, thou shalt never thirst." On Palm Sunday, you wear red to remember the blood of Jesus Christ, how he shed his blood for us. If you're not a Christian, if you don't believe, that's okay. You can still watch my channel. I'm not judging anyone. It's just my beliefs. And if you believe, then I hope you've had a happy Palm Sunday. If you don't believe in church, well, I hope you had a great Sunday anyway. And bless you. God bless. Or if you don't believe in God, then bless you anyway. Hope you all have a nice day.